my name is Amanda Garcia, and this is my speech for my Fundamentals of Speech class. What do you do when you start to feel sick? Do you go to the doctor? Do you go to the walk-in clinic down the street or the emergency room, or do you just stay at home and stock up on tons of soup and self-medicate with Dayquil and other cold remedies? You gotta also think about what each of these options cost. I know at home you might already have a medicine cabinet stuffed full of everything you need, or the doctor's visits could vary, walk-in clinic or emergency room, all of these different options cost different things. Most college students feel like health insurance is an added expense that they don't necessarily need. A survey in California by the Los Angeles Times found that 1/3 of these people surveyed were uninsured. 79% of those because of cost and not necessarily because they felt like they didn't need it. So again, going back to the cost of health insurance or the cost of a doctor's visit, it kind of depends on different variables. We'll start out by talking about the different options when you get sick, what you decide to do. Like we mentioned before, doctor's visits, emergency room, walk-in clinic, home remedies. The worst part about all of these, except for home remedies, is you don't exactly know how much it's going to cost until you actually go through and you finish the evaluation. A lot of these places have base fees that you would start out at, and according to different variables of how much time you spent with the doctor, what the diagnosis was, or treatment options, the cost could go up from that base pay. It just depends on different things. So you don't exactly know how much you're going to pay until you finish the doctor's appointment. According to Blue Cross Blue Shield, an office visit for a cold for an adult could run anywhere from $130 to $180. A routine physical could run anywhere from $200 to $240. And an emergency room visit could cost anywhere from $580 to $700, which is a lot of money for an uninsured college student just trying to get by on the bare minimums. The biggest thing is you have to do your research. You have to see exactly which place would actually be the lowest base payment to start out with and kind of move up from there. You also have to decide if a doctor's visit is worth the money, or if you could get by on Dayquil and NyQuil and sleeping all day. Some of the major problems incurred by college students are some colleges require different vaccines, like meningococcal meningitis vaccine. Uninsured, that could cost you about $150. The usual cold flu, college students uninsured were running about $130, like mentioned before. Food poisoning is also a big one that I found. And a study found that the U.S. spends $77 billion annually on food poisoning treatments. And that runs about $505 per person on just food poisoning. STDs and HIVs is another big thing that you don't think about, but has a big cost between diagnosing and treatment. And sometimes monthly treatments to some of these diseases could cost thousands of dollars. And another one that's not too big is strep. Strep is something that's very contagious and tends to linger on. That usually runs about $20 for the antibiotics. One thing is insurance that could help out people that get sick a lot. Insurance can be pricey, but there are different options, like a parents or family plan, or having your own individual plan, or coverage through your work, or even Medicaid. For an individual plan, you have to add up all your bills and kind of see where your finances lie and what you can afford. But the biggest thing is to always compare different quotes from different places. It's kind of like auto insurance. Some places have different coverages and different needs and different requirements. Family plan, thanks to the Affordable Care Act, you can stay on your parents' family plan until you're 26, which might help out some people. Through different jobs, depending on your full-time, part-time, depending on different things. Sometimes different jobs offer health insurance, and Medicaid is all income qualified, so college student not making much might be able to qualify for at least some kind of coverage. The biggest thing you have to ask yourself is, would you rather pay a small monthly bill or one large bill when you get sick? And then what happens when you can't afford either? Because college students, we live off ramen half the time and everything else. The biggest thing is look into payment plans through your doctor. Going to the doctor and looking up if they go by your income, because different places will actually take your income and put you on a scale of what you actually have to pay and what you can get discounts for. And the biggest thing is, if you're looking into insurance, if you need to look into the lowest plan available, the lowest monthly payment, and then go up from there depending on your health needs. Insurance can be very helpful if you can find the right plan for you. It all depends on your situation and how often you get sick and how much you think you need it. But it could come down to a car accident when you wouldn't need insurance. You don't have insurance and you need it. And it's just you don't want to be in a situation where you're stuck. So insurance isn't necessarily the best option for everyone. Someone who doesn't get sick all the time or feels like they can live on with Dayquil, insurance wouldn't be a big thing because they wouldn't like that extra monthly payment. But someone that gets sick all the time and has a lower immune system might benefit from insurance. So it all depends on your situation and your health and where you think you are. Thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a great day.